BEEX project is a no-profit foundation about visual art and photography. If you want to help us, just drop a donation on buymeacoffee.com/BerlinExplorer. Welcome everyone to 50 Minutes of Experience. Today I'm with Angelo Del Negro from Florence, Italy. Hi, Angelo.
Hi, Emiliano. How are you?
Yeah, good. And you?
I'm fine. It's a good day.
Today we talk about your experience in photography and not only. And yeah, I imagine there are a lot of stuff you can tell about your experience. But before to doing that, I would love to, if you can do it, just a short introduction about you. Then people doesn't know anything about you can know better who you are.
Okay. So this is Angelo, and as you told before, I live in Florence. I'm an architect, and I have this huge passion for photography, and I practice photography, I think more or less since 15 years ago. And I love photography, and it is a part of my life. And as in this way, I work. I have in every time I have my camera, and I'm always ready to take shots. And as you can see in my profile, mostly I take street photography.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, you take a lot of picture in the street, and yeah, I like that things that your profile it's really various. You can see many different point of view, not only about street photography, but also cityscape, landscape, architecture, modeling, dancing. Yeah, it's really full of different mood and experience. And I'm really curious to understand first. How did you start taking picture, but how did you approach the photography? And then we can go a bit more deeper in your experience, no?
Yes, good. As I told, I started more or less 15 years ago, and when I bought a manual focus camera, just to try to take some pictures of my son. Then I discovered this huge passion, and probably because I'm an architect and I love all the figurative arts, and I feel inside me this something like a fire, and I want to create something day by day. Sometimes I do by my work as architecture. Sometimes I do taking pictures. Sometimes drawing something, some sketch with my pen or my pencil or my tablet, and this is a way to feeds my creativity.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice processing. It's not common, I can say.
And yeah, and my gallery is various because I don't want to stop my creativity in just in one way, and I would like to share all my work. So sometimes I show people my architectural photography, sometimes my street, sometimes my landscape, just because I don't want to do strict selection of my production.
It's a good thing that you cannot be, in a way, structured inside of one system, but in many different systems, because we are not a robot that we can follow just one style. I think will be really limiting to just put ourselves in one box and then to don't discover what other box give us.
Yeah.
No, and it's really interesting and funny for me. I have found a picture you did some years ago in Milano, and
Yeah.
it's roughly creating a wall illustration, and this wall illustration is made from a guy who was living here in Berlin. It's Giovanni Chianterra. It's a writer, it's a graffiti artist, and he's doing this kind of shape with many lines in the graffiti, just using one color. It's really funny that because
Yeah.
so you
Okay.
can recognize something that you know exactly from a picture of someone else you meet now.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I like also some vision you showed some frame from Genoa. Also
Okay.
remember me some past feeling when years ago I was there because my mother was living there for some years. And it's really nice how do you catch the architecture, but yeah, I think this is not something I have to be surprised about because you are an architect. So then will
Yeah.
be really funny if you could not catch good photography of architecture. And in a way, I'm really curious about the model shooting you do it. Usually, I think it's more denser than model.
Yeah.
But they are so interesting. I think the frame you do it about this dancer, and I would love to know more about how did you connect. I mean, which kind of connection do you have with dance?
Okay. Okay. I started to shot uh, architecture. Then I realized that I missed something in my shots and my mind, and I realized that it was just the human figure in architecture. So I moved from just shapes to shapes and people, or just one person. In this case, I found this girl. She lives and works in Germany, because she told me that for dancer it's more easier to work and live in Germany. It's not a good things for Italy, but you know we are not so good with theater, dance. Anyway, and we tried to do something together, and we found this strong connection between my creativity and her professionality, because she's a professionist, professional dancer, and we work in Florence, and we realized these shots. It was a simple set, just me, her, my friends, and my friend and my sister. It was very spontaneous, very easy, and in that case, I lived for the first time a real partnership with a model, a real partnership, because we had this strong connection. We just work each other. We just watch each other, and we understood what is the best thing in that moment. I like this kind of experience. And it's a bit strange to explain, a bit hard to me, but I don't like the fashion photography, and I mean the magazine photography, you know, and but something more creative, more improvisation. I don't know in improvisa.
Improved in the moment, no?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
More natural, also in a way. Like yeah, I
yes.
mean some fashion magazine actually in these last years they are developing more that because yeah, after you shoot always same stuff start to be a bit boring, and
Yeah.
yeah, so then they are commissioned the work to new photographers. They are making more stuff freedomly, we can say, and yeah, it's taking this way now. But yeah, I understand what you mean with magazine picture. Yeah, it's most of the time they are static and they any moves, any things, and yeah, it's nice. How do you catch this picture? And I'm sure that what you can develop in the future will be also even better to show more perspective, also experiment about that, and something I wanted to ask you in particular is what kind of feeling and connection do you feel to have during these years doing photography? What kind of what position take photography as a tool inside of your life?
This is a beautiful question. Photography is something that works with me in my life. I don't decide to take picture in just in a moment, but I have always my camera in my pocket. So we live together. It's part of my life. And this is a beautiful thing to me, like my work, because it's not like a job, like sometimes like an issue. It's part of my life. And this is beautiful because you can be sad when you don't like your work. You can be boring when you don't like your work. It's just the best part of your life, of my life in this case. And when I started this process 15 years ago, I bought my first camera. Then I changed my stuff, but in common, it's just to have always my stuff with me. So sometimes I drive and I stop my car in the best way I can. I stop and I take pictures when I see something I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I totally understand. It's just riding yourself from the moment, so from the impulse to doing to just reserve that shot. Huh?
Yeah.
Just last question I want to ask you. What do you think? Do you think actually in our last century, will we need much more a position more fixed of photography in our life? For example, you are an architect, so then what kind of position take photography in architecture? I mean, it can be a tool, can help much more to create some new ideas and new. I mean, it can help also your work as a main job, no? Do you think actually this tool is used to help, for example, in the architecture issue? It's properly used. This is the question. It's properly used, or is just still, in that way, like they use photography in architecture, but they don't use at all in the full way.
No, this is a delicate point because I think sometimes it's a good use, sometimes not a good use in architecture and in different arts, because in these last years I see a lot of shots and a lot of photographers in different fields, but I see a lot of not so good works. Probably because social media move in this way, because I don't know. It's a bit it's a bit hard to explain, because we have a lot of freedom to do what we want in photography, and we can share we can share everything, and we are able to use this stuff to improve our professionality, to improve other arts. In this case, I can use my architecture with photography, and photography with architecture. I can establish a connection. But sometimes I think we have too much freedom, and this freedom...
Much influence, probably, no? This is what you want to say. We are too much influenced from something we don't understand, that we have a freedom to use.
Yes, and I sometimes I would be, for myself, to be more critic.
Yeah, totally.
And I consider in this moment in my EG profile I have more or less 200 pictures.
Yeah.
Last year I had double 400.
Yeah, so you made a strong selection of your work to then prioritize what to show and what not to show, right?
Yes, and this because I should be more selective to myself, and I think to be more selective can improve all this connection you told before.
Yeah, totally. I got the point. So for everyone who wants to see the work of Angelo, I thank you a lot, also because you put a lot of effort. Also, if you don't speak, I think, everyday English, that you tried and you explained what you wanted to say. But yeah, this is to appreciate, I think, and it's nice because everyone can understand what is your work and what is your philosophy behind that. And for everyone who wants to see the work of Angelo, they can find the link in the description. And thank you a lot for this short talk we had today.
Thank you, Emiliano. It was a pleasure.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Learn more about our project at allmylinks.com/BerlinExplorer, or visit our Instagram and follow Berlin Explorer Project.